Sup shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SB Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track by an artist named Rvkah titled Slow Down. And without further ado, we'll switch over to here where we have it on YouTube. We're going to be watching a lyric video for it today. We can see here third and final single from the upcoming Love EP out now. Subscribe and share if you feel the vibe. And it's available on various platforms. There's a lot of different people involved in this, including Matthew Browning, Connor McCoy, Daniel Holsinger, Matthew Browning, Rebecca Moritz, Daniel Holsinger again, video by Hannah Ferber, and official single artwork by Anna Moritz. Cool, sweet. So let's listen to this track from start to finish. And just before we get into it, I'm not super knowledgeable about video production and how people sort of animate and design it. So I'm mostly going to be talking about the music. Okay, let's hear what we think. I'm just gonna make sure the quality's good. I just want to just double check that. 1080p, that's good. So it should behave itself. We're diving into all this right in the way. Okay, I'm liking the dynamic range. I'm liking how softly it's started. Those little puff, kind of low, sort of little percussive little melodic bits going on there. Not coming up for air, never trying to wait. Not coming up for air, never trying to wait. Yeah, the piano is very somber. The vocals have a lot of room to move in this. And the pitch is held well. It's good so far. Fall into the dark. Oh. So we never see it coming, let the time start slipping away. Alright, I dig it as well. I'm not gonna stop as often, but just there's a lot of stuff happening. There's little whoosh and little rises and such, and you can tell there's been a fair bit of time spent in a studio getting everything done correctly and kind of filling in the gaps nice and subtly to keep there being bits of interest to keep you engaged with. Oh, development. Okay. Before we get into the hook, because this is a nice signal for it, it was nice to have that little bit of a break between that verse and the chorus without the need to put a bridge in there. That kind of little break in the vocals kind of did serve as a pseudo bridge. It's nice to have that break. The bass is mixed well. It's sitting nice and lowers the foundation. It's really well produced. I can understand why Rvkah is gotten some love for this music. Oh no, this is the bridge. Begging just to slow down. Cool, I dig it. Oh, are those harmonized vocals? Have we got different vocals in there? What's going on? Very contemporary pop kind of production. I adore it. I like the electronic elements. I'm liking how fresh the kicks sound. I'm liking their melody in the first half. The ba-da-da-boom, ba-da-da-boom. I like that and how it contrasts to the second time. We're not just sort of lazily repeating that melodic sequence. We're kind of, again, there's been thought put into how to structure everything, keep it interesting. Oh, that was short. That was really short. Hell of a snare drum. Oh, okay. So we're struggling to cope with the pace of things, and it's left Rvkah or whoever the song is sort of about feeling as though they can't really they don't have control about what's going on. They're sort of losing themselves in it. It's going too quickly. Oh, okay. So we still got faith in the relationship. All right, I get it. So like maybe they're doing things quickly before the part with his actual commitment, and it's like, yo, I just need to have some clarity on this.
I mess this up and rush it straight to the end. Every night it's like I'm begging just to slow down.
I'm impressed with how many different channels are involved in this production. No, it would have taken a while to choose the individual sort of sounds and textures that you needed for this. You know, there's a few different sort of percussive channels. There's these piano parts and sort of little clicks and sort of Foley kind of effects things going on. You got the piano and the bass and all that kind of stuff. It's not just your typical kind of 4-part kind of harmony. That there's a lot to it.
I'm begging just to slow down.
I'm liking how that piano is stereo pan.
Be with me now and watch it all come crashing. Tumbling down into the waves I fear. Or stay.
That little I can't do it well because I can't sing, but I know what she's trying to do. I like how we're kind of keeping a more kind of straight throughout most of the vocal passages, and if there's a little bit of ornamentation or a little bit of a flutter, it happens at the end. Obviously, you know, Rvkah can obviously sing. Her vocal technique is on point. It's very, very, very impressive. You know, and again, the I think it's just there's a sort of a restraint about this song, which I think mirrors the topic, the subject, the lyrics. I think this is well handled by Rvkah and her team in general, and the vocal arrangement. I like that little build there. That da 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 da. It kind of is almost like a pseudo crescendo. Oh, interlude. Lower part of her range, but that's okay.
Just lie awake with you, 'cause there's nothing left to wait for. I'm begging just to slow down, be with me now.
Okay, that came in quite quickly into that final outro, but at the same time, I can understand why. We're trying to keep this track under that 4-minute mark because once you get past 4 minutes, at this point, I'm wondering if it actually affects like people's ability to get on Spotify playlists. You know, like a 2 to 4 minute mark with singles is very, very important nowadays. Although I would argue, I don't know, like the main theme of the song is pretty strong. As a vocalist, I think Rvkah is quite skilled and presents herself really well. I'm liking the vocal modulation is happening as like a double take. Like, and just to clarify, I don't mean on the original channel. I don't think she's got any effects on her like main vocal channel, but I could hear like a sort of a coda kind of synth kind of modulation during that chorus bit. I'm liking his kind of airy kind of synths here. It's strings. Wow, nice sidechain kicks there. Kind of gets a bit nihilistic near the end, doesn't it? It kind of seems like they get to the point where it's kind of lost a little bit. They've lost themselves a little bit within it. Lost focus of where they were sort of direct. There is a lack of direction in there. And if you're just taking your time to do it carefully, there'd be more to sort of celebrate and enjoy, I suppose. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting sort of topics discussed in the lyrics that I think a lot of people will be able to sort of relate to and appreciate, and I think that will make this an accessible single. Combined with the catchiness of the main musical theme and melodies, and the harmony as well is just so warm and loving. The chorus is like Rvkah is calling out to this guy, just saying, look, seriously, we're going to screw this up if we go any further with this, you know? It's basically where you need to be in terms of production nowadays. I can't fault it. Whoever was, you know, I think we went through who was responsible for the various bits and pieces at the start. I don't know if I mentioned roles, but they're in the description of this video, the video that I'm watching at the moment. What else do I want to say about this? I think that I'm really happy with how Rvkah handled the way she sort of structured her melodies as a singer. And again, with that restraint, it was really important. I think if there had been too much ornamentation, too much soloing done on top of everything else that would have taken away from everything else and made it seem like a sort of a something that is a bit alien, a bit strange, especially when if you remove the multitude of like the range of different ingredients within this, really the chord progressions, the bass lines were reasonably chilled out and easy to understand. There weren't any massive key changes or anything like that. There weren't any sudden massive shifts in groove. Again, I think that it's really good that we had that third quarter of the chorus kind of change up with that build, 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 and then for that fourth last bit to sort of summarize with that hit line. Yeah, well done. This is an easy song for me to review. I especially love it when people put lyric videos for their songs because let's be real, right? Especially if you have got fans in this day and age from around the world, sometimes you might need to sort of give them a chance to be able to really understand what you're talking about. And lyric videos are a chance for them to really get a hang of what you're saying. I know it may seem like an obvious thing, but there's a lot of music I listen to where they don't have lyric videos. And so then you have to kind of just hope for the best, especially if they're starting out, especially with rapping. If people are starting out as rappers, sometimes you'll get the issue where maybe they're not pronouncing things clearly enough, and so you miss key components, and then you don't really have the full picture of what the song's about. But yeah, not the issue with Rvkah. Even without the lyrics, her singing was she enunciates herself. She pronounces the words she need to. Delivery was clean. Got no real complaints about this track. Very solid single off of the EP which you discussed earlier on. Stay cool and stay safe. And thank you for watching this review of Rvkah's Slowdown. Please do check out social medias of Rvkah as well as her YouTube page. And yeah, please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time. It's need all help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you next review. Spider hands up.